Press into it. Feel the stretch along the back of our thighs. Oh, it feels so good. Hold that stretch. Just hold it right back there. Perfect. Lift up and stretch your inner thighs, side to side. Hold it, and really reach. Okay, are we ready for our aerobics? Yes, we are. Get on up there. Knee lifts. Good. Get your knees up. This is low impact, no jarring to the joints. So just do the best you can. You're welcome to pick up the pace if you can. Just like that. Don't worry about it if you can't. You stay right here. Right here is low impact. One foot stays on the floor the whole time. That's what low impact is all about. Okay, let's take it forward. Here we go. Ready, and kick, 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 march it back. Kick, 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 march it back. Kick, 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 march it back. Good. Lift, 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 march it back. You got it now? Yes. That's it. Lift the body. Lift your legs. Good. Lift. Notice the leg is alternating. Now to left. Good. Lift. March it back. Here we go. Lift. 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 Cross it over. Lift. 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 Cross it over. New move. Up. 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 Cross it over. Lift. 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 Cross it over. Here we go. Really get into it. Come on. Good. Cross it over. Lift. Lift. Up and cross. You can do it. Up. Up. Come on. This is my Broadway workout. Yes. Lift and hold it. Knee lifts. Up. Up. Good. Keep your back straight. That's it. Now we're going to put everything together. Give it all you've got now. Come on. Ready to burn fat? Here we go. Ready and kick. Kick. Cross it over. And lift. 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 Okay. Kick. Kick. Cross it over. Knee lifts. You got it. Good. Kick. 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 Cross over. And knee lifts. Up. 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 Good. Hold it here. Higher. Higher. Don't slouch. It's up here. Your back stays straight. That's it. Let's try one more time. Kick. Kick. Cross. And knee. Knee. You got it now. Beautiful. Kick. Kick. Cross. Lift. 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 Great. Forward. Forward. Forward cross. And knee lift. Up. 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 That's it. Kick. Kick. Cross. And last time, knee lifts up. Okay, here we go. Side to side. Good. Just feel as you're sliding. Side to side. Bigger movements. Come on. Use your legs. The wider your legs are apart, the more calories we burn. That's it. Two to the side. Ready? Side, 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 side. Press. Good. Use your arms. Use your legs. Lower. Come on, get down there. Use the legs. You got it. That's it. Last set. And kick. Kick. Crossover kicks. Come on, remember the can-can look? That's it right here. Crossover. That's it. You can do it. I know you can. We're into burning fat right now. Melting that butter. Come on. Kick. We got two more. Lift your back up. You're doing great. I'm really proud of you. As long as you're exercising with me. If you're not, you should feel guilty and stand up. Ready, and kick. 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 Crossover. Kick. 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 Crossover. Good. Again. Lift. 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 Cross. Again. Last set. Good knees lift. Up. Up. Come on, get those knees up. That's it. Beautiful. Two more. We move to the side now. Ready? Side. Side. Press the arms. Press them. Press them. That's it. Press. Side to side. Woo. Arms. Strong. Power move. Come on, get down there. That's it. You're doing great. Last one, and we start from the top. Here we go. Ready, and kick. 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 Cross it over. Lift. That's it. And again. That's it. Kick it over across. And knee lift up. Keep those abdominal muscles tight. Ready, and kick. kick, kick, cross, knee lift. You're doing it. And kick, 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 cross over. And knee lifts up. All right, finish it out. Here we go. And kick. Woo. You're doing great. Just keep it up. If you're tired, walk in place. Take the talk test. Can you say, I can do it? That's it. If you can hardly finish that sentence, you're overdoing it. Side, side, side. Good. Kick it out. Now, I want you to keep kicking. I'll be right back to tone your legs. Yes, keep it up. No more cottage cheese look. We'll firm it all up. Legs are very important to really trim and tone. You really want to target tone the inner thighs and the outer thighs. So that's what we're going to concentrate today. So let's begin. Stand up nice and tall, ready. Take a lunge up, a lunge down. Take it down and back and down, up, back. Again, down, up, down. You got it now. Good. All the way back. Use your thighs again. That's it. Down, lift up, abdominals lifted. That's it. Down. Last set. Down. Remember, while you're doing this, make sure the front knee stays at 90-degree angles. Knee over ankle. Good. Last set. Here we go. Down and up. Again. Back. Last one. Hold it. Take it down and up and down and up. This is for the back of our thighs now. Really use your legs. Take it down and up. Feel as though you're sitting back in a chair. Sit back. That's it. Sit. Good. This is great for the back of those legs. Come on. We can do it. We got two more. Last one. Hold it. Hold it down there. Little squeezes. Squeezes. Abdominals lifted. Come on. Good. Hold it and hold it. You got it. Good. Last set. Here we go. Hold. Hold. Ready. Take it out. Down and up. And down and up. Use your legs. That's it. Use them. Good. Down and up. Down and up. Got two more here. Come on. Use the thighs. Last one. Hold it. Out. Down. Out. Okay, this is what's working those outer thighs. Yes. No more saddlebags. Good. That's the area a lot of us women have problems with. Yes, we'll firm it up right here. Lose an inch around each thigh. It'll take 6 weeks, but I tell you, it's worth it. You look great from behind, too. Abdominals are lifted. Your back is straight. Good. Smile. We're still burning fat. We're metabolizing that food. Come on. Good. We got two more. Last one. Hold it up. Down, turn, down, lift. Now we're really concentrating on the back of our thighs. Good. Down, squeeze, down, lift. Add some arms up and lift up. Down, lift up. Good. That's it. While firming the thighs and buttocks, make sure you do not arch the lower back. Extend the leg behind you and lift through the buttocks. That's it. Squeeze the buttocks like your fist. Squeeze it hard. Keep your back straight and abdominal muscles tight. Come on, give it all you've got now. Come on, down there and lift up. Down. Last one. Down. Up. Good. The other side. Squats first. Down. Up. Good. Here we go. Down. Lift. Down. Squeeze the buttocks. Point the toe in the back. That's it. Down. Lift. Down. Lift. Good. Really feel it. Down. Up. Good. Come on. Concentrating right back here. Come on. Squeeze. You want that sexy little indentation? This is what you got to do. Good. Lift. Good. Just a couple more. That's all it takes. Last one. Hold it. Hold it. Great. Ready? Let's start from the top. Down, up, down, up, back. Good. Back. Again. Take it down, up, down. Lift. Take it down, back. Good. One more set. Down, up. Woo! We're working those legs now. I promise you, this is the secret to sexy legs. Right here, lift, down, back, good, back, that's it. Lift, down, press, good, press, beautiful. Again, 2 more, good, lift, down, press, good, press, and hold, lift, down, and up, down, and up. The pelvis goes straight down and straight up, down and up. Feel as though your tailbone is going straight down and up. That's it. Hands on your thighs, forward, good. Use your legs. That's it. We got 2 more here with this thigh. Come on, use it and push it off. Use it, push it off. Good. Last one, down and up. Here we go. Down, the other leg in front. Down, push up. Down, push up. I want you to concentrate on really firming up this area right here. The weight should be through the heels. That's it. Again, remember your knee. Down and up. Through the ankle. Good. Down and up. Down and up. You got it. You're looking good. Those legs are sexy. No more cottage cheese look. Get rid of that cellulite. Yes, it works. These are my thigh shapers. Good. You'll have great looking legs. You look great in those hot pants. Good. 2 more. I mean shorts. I was just teasing you. Last one. Hold it. Hold it. Great. Bring your legs together. Ready. And lunge it out. Inner thigh work. Hips are back. Good. Hips. Hips. Way back there. Get your hips back there. Good. Way back. If you're advanced, you're welcome to put your hands right here. Your abdominals are lifted. If you feel that's too much for you, place your hands on the floor. That's okay too. Isn't it beautiful behind me? This gorgeous place in Maui. Trim and travel with me. Yes. We got 2 more. Last one. We hold it. Hold it. Good. To the other side. Hold. Hold. Good. And switch. Hold. Hold. That's it. The other side. Hold. You could do it again. You can be right up here. That's okay. That's it. Bring your legs together. Round your back and roll up. Roll up. Good. Inhale and exhale. One last thing for the calves. Lift up and down. One last thing. Up on your toes. Stretch it out. You did it. Yes. Again, up on those tippy toes. You should feel a good stretch in your calves right now, toning those legs. And take it down. Oh, it feels so nice. Let's reach up and over to the side. Hold the stretch. Guess what? The hard part's over. Yes, it is. We're almost over. This is the best part of the day. Knowing you finished that workout, you accomplished it, that great feeling, you did it. And now you can relax. This is my yoga part. Stress-free right here. And relax the arms, the shoulders, and let's stretch out the calves and the legs. Stretch the body forward. I want your calf muscle way back there, heel flat. That's it. You did great, you really did. And push yourself back. One last stretch for the hamstring. We use those today, boy, the back of our thighs. That was a great workout. It's hard, but it's worth it. And lift up. And stretch to the other side. Switch legs, hold it, heel is flat back there. Your abdominal muscles lifted. I always say that because we always need to keep our tummy in, keep it tight and taut. And take it back, stretch it all out, the legs. Hold that stretch. And slowly stand up. And now let's stretch out the quadriceps, the front of our thighs, right here. Hold, hold. You should feel a wonderful stretch right here in the front of your leg. And switch to the other side. That's it, hold. Feel that front of your thighs stretching. Feels so good. Oh, hold that stretch. You could hold on to a chair or place yourself up against a wall to do this. You might need the extra balance and support. Keep on stretching. I'll be right back. You did great. Give yourself a big hand. Woo! Beautiful. Singles. Up. Up. Hit the knee. Good. You can do it. Okay, shake it out. Woo! Let's stretch out the legs now. Stretch it up and back. Up and back. Good. Now hold it. Press. Press. The heel is flat. We're stretching out our calf muscles back here. Right back there. Isn't it beautiful out? Pretend you're right here with me, sharing this beautiful experience right out here in the great open air. Hold, hold, good. Now let's stretch to the other side. Hold that and press, release, press, good. Make sure your heel is flat. Getting a good calf muscle stretch. That's it, last one. Hold, hold the stretch, hold it. Shift your weight back, stretch out the hamstrings. That's it. And to the other side, stretch it out. Feeling a good stretch all back here. And shift your weight side to side. Side to side. I can feel that a little more in the inner thigh. That's it. Stretch it out. Beautiful. Stretching out the hips, the thighs, and the buttocks. That's what we're going to work in our body part today, too. Shaping that bottom half. Yes. Roll up, roll up. Good, and reach, reach. Here we go. Woo! That's it. Use your arms, use your legs. The more muscles we use, the more calories we burn. That's it. Push it out. Across the chest. That's it. Good. Open up the back. Good. Punch. Okay. Are you ready for aerobics? We're going to begin our country line dance, starting out with a little western slide. Here you go. Let's begin. Kick it out. Good. Get a little country. That's it. We're just doing a little grapevine, side to side. I'm going to add on now so you really learn. This is like the slide. Texas slide or western slide. And move the body. We're going to add on. Okay, here we go. Woo! And down, up, down, up. To the other side. A little aerobic adaptation here. Gotta use those thighs more. Good. Woo! Good, last one. Use the legs. Out, out, down, up, down, up, out, out. Grapevine, all right. Good. Here we go. Ready? Out. Out. Take it forward, back, side. Good. Out. Forward, back. Slide it. Slide. Take it back. Good. Curtsy, curtsy. Good. You got it. Hands right here. Woo! That's it. Turn it. Out. That's it. Good. Back. And rock, rock. Again, forward. Now we're doing the whole thing. Take it back. That's it. Rock. And sideways. Good. The other side. Take it on back. That's it. Now you got it. And forward. Good. Take it on back. Good. Take it on forward. Woo! Take it back. Woo! Last one. Here we go. Out, out, down. Good. Out, out, down, up. Woo! Down, down, up, down. Last set. You can do it. Come on, use your thighs. Good. Out. Okay, let's begin with the grapevine. Good. Take it back. Good. Rock it forward. Rock it back. Side. Take it on back. Good. Dip it down. Woo! That's it. Good. Good. You got it. Take it on back. And move it. On back. Last set. You can do it. Forward. Take it back. Good. other side. Good. Again. Down, up, down. Use your thighs. You can do it. Good, and grapevine. Grapevine. Back. That's it. Just relax now. Get into it. That's it. Do, do, do. Forward. Good. That's it, back. You got it? Good. Forward now. Let's see ya. Come on, closer. Just keep moving. That's the whole key in aerobics. Good. Forward. Good. Take it all back. Good. Woo! Yeah. That's it. Back. Good. That's it. Here we go. Give it all you got now. Woo! Good. Okay, take it side. Down. Down. Good. Side. Side. Down. Down. One more time. Out. Out. Down. Up. Down. Up. Woo! Good. Keep going. I'll be right back. We're going to work on our hips, thighs, and buttocks. Welcome back to beautiful southern Utah. We're outside of St. George. Get up on your feet and let's trim our hips, thighs, and buttocks. Take it down and up. Down and up. Using your thigh muscles, really get down there. That's it. Trim and tone time. Here we go. Woo! Do you want to lose an inch in those thighs? Get going with me. Yeah. Lift and lower the legs. Do you want sexy legs? Trim your thighs, your hips, your buttocks. Well, all these exercises will do it for you. But you just got to do it. Get up on your feet and give it a try. You can. I promise you'll see great results. Great legs. Yeah. 2 more. Lift. 1 more. This is working the outer thigh. Down. The other leg. Good. Try to sit back and really use your outer thigh. It's all right here. You should start to feel the outer thigh in your hip area. Hold it out. Hold it out. Can you hold it out? Beautiful. Turn to the side and use your thigh muscles right here. Take it squat and pull up. Squat, pull up. Squat, pull up. Good. Woo! And pull, and down, and pull, down, and pull. Your abdominal muscles are tight. Come on. Using those thighs, your buttocks. We got 2 more. Really use them. Down. Now hold it. Middle squat. Middle squat. Come on. You can do it. Sit back. Notice I'm sitting way back. Like I'm trying to sit in a chair. Good. Hold it there. Hold it. If you want sexy legs, these are the exercises that you can do to really see the results of all your efforts. Smile. Feel good about yourself. Last one. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. And up. Good. Take it lunge down and up. Push away. Down. Push away. That's it. Push away. You're doing it. Good. Down and push away. There are 2 things to make sure right here. Focus in on your legs. Make sure they're at 90-degree angle. Knee over ankle. Try not to let that knee go past your toes. That's the key here. Using your thigh muscles. This will really shape those legs. Come on. This is a thigh shaper. Yes. Can you feel it? I can. Last one. Good. Now hold it right here. Hold it right here. Now squeeze. Now release. Squeeze. Release. Squeeze. Release. Good. This is for the buttocks now. Come on. It's all right here. Concentrate. Squeeze. Release. Squeeze. Release. Your back is straight. Your abdominal muscles are tight. Yes. Squeeze. That's it. Tighter. Tight. That's it. Good. Last one. Hold it right there. Hold it, hold it. Squeeze. All the muscle contraction is right there in the buttocks. Right there. Push off and the other side. Good. Hold. Squeeze. Release. Squeeze. I want you to see this now. Work it. Yes. work. Good. Squeeze. Tighter. It's in the buttocks now. Think about tightening it like a fist, but the buttock muscles. Yes. Tighten up the tummy too, right here. This also works the lower abdominal area, below the belly button. This entire workout is for the lower half of the body. That's right, the bottom half. Good. Come on, squeeze it. We only got a couple more, you could do it. Last one. Hold it, squeeze it. All you've got right here. Tighten it up. Tighter, tighter, tighter. That's it, squeeze, it's here. Okay, lift your body up nice and tall. Turn to the side and lift and lower. Up and down. Lift and lower. This is for the back of your leg. That's it. Where we always get that extra cottage cheese look back there. That's right. We're working on it right now, right? Up and down. Think about keeping your abdominal muscles tight. I know I always remind you, but you have to do it. Tummy tight. Up and down. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Up and down. Last one. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Abdominal muscles lifted. Good. Tummy's tight. There, you did it. Hold it. Takes balance, coordination. All right, to the other side. Here we go. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Abdominal muscles are lifted. Your tummy's really tight. Your chin is up and your back is not arched. It's all in the buttocks. The tighter you tighten up the buttocks, the better it is for your back. It protects the small muscles of the back. That's right, the lower back. So really tighten up the tush. That's it. This way you'll have a nice rear view. Beautiful. Hold the body upright. Chest is up. Chest is lifted. Come on. Smile. Let me see that smiling face. Because you're losing inches in the lower half. We're working right now our hips, thighs, and buttocks. Okay, we're going to hold it up. Last one. Hold it up. Are you ready? Hold it up. Hold it up. Hold it up. That's it. Balance yourself. You could do it. I know you can. Just try. Tighten up the abdominals. Everything's in good posture. That's it. Good. Take it down. Ready? Down. Out. Alternate legs. Good. Out of thigh work. Come on. Give it all you've got now. We're on our home stretch. Come on. Working for those legs. It's worth it. You know that sexy little indentation right here? That's what we're doing right now. Working on that shape of the thigh. That's it. Slimming those hips. Good. Couple more. That's it. Good. Last one. Good. Now hold it there. Hold it. Good. We're going to begin our cool down now. Slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale. And exhale out the mouth. Beautiful. Lift up and stretch to the side. Stretch. Hold. Feeling a wonderful stretch on the sides of the waist, through the hip area. That's it. Oh, it feels so good. This is where they filmed Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, right here. And lift up and to the other side. Stretching out the sides of the waist, the hip area. Isn't it beautiful? Southern Utah. This is Utah's Dixieland. That's it. Hope that you enjoyed my workout today. We did a lot of fun things. Country line dances. Today we did what's called the Western slide. Some people call it the Texas slide. And I did a little aerobics to it too, so I adapted it a little bit so we get a really good workout. And switch legs. The other leg, stretching out the calf muscle. That's it. You did great today. I'm really proud of you. It's nice to be in this beautiful God's country, nature. Let's stretch out those hips and buttocks that we used. That's it. Push it back. This is a good hamstring stretch. Push your buttocks way back so you really feel that stretch in the back of your rear. To the other side. Hold that stretch. Can you feel it? I sure can. And take a deep breath. Up, inhale, and exhale. And give yourself a big old hand. You did great today. The lunges are the best way. It's the quickest and the easiest way to firm up your thighs and buttocks. Let me show you a couple. What you want to do is lunge down and push off. And while you push off, you're using the back of your thighs and buttocks. So give a couple a try, Peggy.
Okay.
Okay.
Give it a try here.
Down and up. You could use your hands for support. That helps. Good. Always make sure when you're doing this exercise that your knee stays over your ankle. This is a little, there you go. Okay, and push off. And now push your leg a little further out. There, now push off. Come on. You can do a couple more. Use those legs. Can you feel it in your thighs?
Yes, I can.
This is one of the fastest ways to firm up your legs and buttocks. Welcome to my kitchen. You know, one of the hardest things about watching your weight is giving up some of your favorite foods, like sloppy joes. But now you don't have to. And Nancy Fox of Nancy's Healthy Kitchen is here to tell us how to prepare some of our old favorites without all the fat and calories. Hi, Nancy.
Hi, Denise.
Sloppy joes, huh?
Yes. Let's start with a pound of ground turkey. And I've already browned it and drained off all the fat. You can take paper towels and blot it, get out all the excess fat. To that, we're going to add actually 8 ounces of chopped and cooked onions. And the best way to cook them is in your microwave for 4 to 5 minutes.
For 4 to 5 minutes.
8 ounces.
8 ounces. So that is 1 onion.
Yes, and this way you don't have to add no fat or calories to it.
Great. Good.
We're going to mix that up.
And then some green onions.
Some green onions.
And some
This is tomato sauce, and it's actually any tomato sauce that you can buy in the market out of the jar.
Low fat.
This is tomatoes, tomato ketchup.
All right.
Of course, brown sugar.
My favorite.
Yeah.
And a little Dijon mustard.
And if you don't prefer the flavor of Dijon, put yellow mustard.
Whatever your family likes.
A little Worcestershire, some water, and some white wine vinegar. You mix it all up and turn it up to a boil.
A little pepper.
Yeah, I want you to put in a little dash of salt.
Yes, we gotta have a little salt.
Yeah, season it to taste. After it comes to a boil, you turn it down and simmer it for 10 minutes, and you've got fabulous sloppy joes.
My little girl will love this.
This is definitely a family meal.
If you want this recipe and others, write to this address. 17620 Ventura Boulevard, Encino, California, 91316. Don't these sloppy joes look great? And here's to your healthy kitchen.
When Denise Austin puts her name on a product, you can believe it's a winner. Like Super Trim Shorts, the fabulous fitness wear that tucks in and flattens your tummy, thighs, and buttocks. Great look, great feel, great effect. The nylon side panels let you go for the big stretch. Super Trim Shorts fit your form and hold you tight. Made of neoprene rubber like a wetsuit in sleek black that looks smart on men and women. Denise's shorts help keep your muscles warmed up while you work out and look cool while you hang out at the mall, on the court, around the house. Everything stays tucked in, flattened down, shaped up all day. We have your size, so call now for Denise Austin's Super Trim Workout Shorts. Just $19.95 on this ESPN special offer.
I love when you call. Come on, call our toll-free number now.
Have your credit card ready and call 1-800-500-7051. Denise Austin's Super Trim Shorts, just $19.95. Call 1-800-500-7051. 1-800-500-7051. Call now.
I'm not going to count that one, Cliff. Blazers go up by 2, a 9-0 run. Jazz come right back. Hornacek, Adam Keefe, Brian Russell, and it counts. Jazz up by 1 after 3. In the 4th, it belonged to Portland. Arvydas Sabonis. It's always nice when your 7-footer can hit shots like this when it touches nothing but the bottom of the net. Then it's Cliff. Cliff, I will count this one as long as you don't bank it. Robinson had 25. Blazers going to win it by the final. Oh! 109-105. Cliff goes for 25. 4 of 6 from three-point range. Although I'm only going to recognize 3 of those three-pointers. Also, the Blazers, responding from that ugly loss to the Grizzlies on Friday, shot 52% from the floor on Sunday. They shot 36% against the Grizzlies. More NBA hoop highlights coming up, including the Suns and Rockets later on in the big show.
On the ice, Flyers star Eric Lindros gets injured with the regularity and frequency with which Oriental rug stores hold going out of business sales. A week ago, Lindros' latest so-called minor ailment was a bruised kneecap. Now it's a slightly torn ligament. Now he'll be out at least another week, or maybe the whole year. Who knows? Gabriella Sabatini made the game against Hartford. and played briefly for the Whalers. She instead saw Michael Renberg unload the slap shot and put the biscuit in the basket. It's 3-0 Flyer. Sean Burke goes in for goalie Jeff Reese. No difference. Renberg, Desjardins. John LeClaire brought to you by Eric Desjardins. One-timer. 4-0 Flyers. Garth Snow. Ho! And the snow is falling in Philadelphia. 6-1. The Flyers roll a little bit more on Lindros. In his first 4 seasons, Lindros has now missed, counting this one, his 39th game with various knee injuries. Flyers' first win in the last 4. The Whale have lost 6 of 7. Avashji their matey. Question, what did they do with all the rats at Boston Garden? Answer, they traded them to Florida. The other Panthers hosting Tampa, that's Bob Yaley Kadelsky. Johan Garpenloff beats Darren Pupa. Those are plastic rats. 1-0 Panthers. Now it's Radek Dvorak. A lot of V's on this team. Brought to you by Brian Skrudland. 2-0 Panthers. Then Van Beesbrook was outstanding between the pipes. Check, please. Panthers 4-1 victory for their organization. And yes, the Panthers are now all alone in first in the Atlantic, which is the division that has produced the last 2 Stanley Cup winners. They are now 7-1-2 all-time against Tampa. Must be that name, Panthers.
Following his loss to Riddick Bowe Saturday night in Las Vegas, Evander Holyfield was described by ringsiders as looking very tired and very old. Bowe's trainer Eddie Futch went a step further and said, if he were my fighter, I'd be careful in taking future matches because the wear and tear have begun to show. While Holyfield is indeed 33, Charlie Steiner reports the former champ was going to pull out of the fight as late as 3 weeks ago because of a virus. As a result, Holyfield was unable to spar in the 3 weeks leading up to the bout.
It is approaching McEnroe and Connors, Laver and Newcomb, Don Budge and Baron von Kram, Woody Allen versus Diane Keaton and Annie Hall. It's Sampras versus Agassi and Pete going into the finals at Paris, about to vault back over Andre and into the #1 rating again. Zoutalor in the final versus camera 2. Stop looking at camera 3, camera 2. Finals of the Paris Open against Boom Boom in the far court. The Becker returns, Sampras reaching for the forehand, the Becker backhand. Sampras with a great shot down the line, but the winner from Boom Boom. However, that would be about it. Peter was on. Becker serving out of the far court. Sampras' backhand. Sampras just over the net. Sampras with a smash, please. Then it will be match point in the best shot set of highlights of tennis we've ever seen. Becker with the return, Sampras, but then Becker into your net. Sampras wins, and then all of a sudden, Lord, I'm telling you, I saw a giant manifestation of Pete's head. It's haunted the places, and it was upside down, too. Boy, that's unsettling. 2 hours and 41 minutes for Sampras' second win over Becker this year. Wimbledon was the other one. Thus, Pete will regain #1 status for the first time since April 9th. And the ATP Championships in Frankfurt later this month will decide who is #1 for the year.
Coming up later on SportsCenter, our Sunday conversation with the victorious Dan Marino, who talks about all the injuries, all the records, and all the money he's supposed to be making with this proposed new contract. Also on the show rundown, we stay with the NFL theme. The Saints roll out the red carpet for the Rams and then try to roll it right back up. The 2-time defending champs give the Suns a first-hand look at their new unis. Ugh. And we know who's #1. But guess who's #2? Or #5? And #25. We'll run down the poll next.
Go ahead, scream, act a little crazy. Get it off your chest.
Oh, kick, don't. Oh, sit down and shut up.
That's it. Now you're into the hysterical, in-your-ear spirit of Turf Talk.
What is Turf Talk anyway? The 100 greatest sound bites ever.
Turf Talk is the video that won't shut up.
Get your ass in gear. They're going to tear you up, 85. Scary.
It's the NFL's 100 greatest sound bites of all time. The best bites in the history of the NFL.
Oh, excuse me, buddy. You okay?
Get them all with Turf Talk. Plus, you also get this incredible SI luminescent sports watch.
Oh, I just see that. Oh, see that.
Both free with your paid subscription to Sports Illustrated, the magazine that gets you into sports like no one else.
Don't let this Turf Talk fool you. We are highly trained professionals.
I don't care if my pants fall down.
Call this toll-free number now.
Well, thank you, and give my best to Nancy.
And get Turf Talk, the 100 all-time top sound bites.
Think you know.
Watch your fake! Watch your fake!
But you don't know.
Flea flicker!
And you never
well.
Watch everything!
It's free from Sports Illustrated.
You okay? You okay?
Call now, and you'll also get this great-looking SI Sports Watch. With its genuine leather band, scratch-resistant crystal, and sweep second-hand time, you won't believe it's free. Plus, turn out the lights. It glows. Get it free when you order 54 issues of Sports Illustrated, including the famous swimsuit issue, for only $1.47 an issue. Save over 50% off the cover price. For quicker delivery, use your credit card. Call now.
Hey, Dave! Hey, Billy!
Order for yourself or someone else.
Douglas!
And get Turf Talk.
I love it!
And your great SI watch.
You look good. You feel good.
Both free from Sports Illustrated. There is nothing in the world like Sports Illustrated. Get into it.
The first NFL team to move out of Cleveland is a few weeks shy of the 50th anniversary of that event. The Rams were the newly crowned champions of the league when they booked out of Ohio early in '46. Since then, they've also abandoned L.A. and Anaheim, but as they headed into New Orleans on Sunday with 13 turnovers in the last 4 games, the cry rang out around the league, "We'd know these Rams anywhere." Against the Saints team that had beaten them 14 of 19 and celebrating the 25th anniversary of Tom Dempsey's 63-yard record field goal against Detroit. Well, not a 63-yard field goal, a 55-yard touchdown play. It's Chris Miller to Isaac Bruce again. 135 more yards for Bruce. But the Saints came back down 7-zip. Mario Bates. Another 100-yard day until they neck him. 22 yards there, setting up the rookie Ray Zellers from Notre Dame. Splash. 1-yard TD, 7-7 tie. Rich Brooks thinking college was nice. Doug Bryan from way downtown. Bang. 4 touchdowns. That one from 4 field goals, rather. That one from 42 yards out. The Saints win 19-10. His 4 field goals in this one game were half as many as his predecessor, Chip Lohmiller, had made all season. Just 43,000 at the Superdome. Rams have lost 3 straight, 4-5, 2 more fatal turnovers, 15 in 5 games. And the other numbers are just as unimpressive. From 14 takeaways in 4 games, line 3, to 5 in the next 5, and nearly double, line 4, the rushing yardage allowed. The Lions in Atlanta, Wayne Fonts down 3-0, but Scott Mitchell, who has been just spectacular. Alton Montgomery, 71 yards up the sideline, and the Falcons, who usually get into all sorts of trouble in the first quarter, are leading 10-0. Then in the second, play fake, Jeff George, Eric Metcalf, touchdown. 19-0 after a 2-point conversion. Falcons, though, nearly blow it. Here's Ironhead Haywood coming in from a 3-yard touch, 34-7. Your final is 34-22. Wasn't pretty, but they'll take it. Going into this game, the Falcons had been outscored 64-19 in the first quarter. They led in the first quarter 10-zip. Scott Mitchell did keep his streak alive, 5 straight games with at least 2 TD passes, but the Lions are still 0-5 on the road. Dan.
Now that he has disposed of Evander Holyfield again, is Riddick Bowe exploring about with Mike Tyson again? We'll have that story when the big show returns again. Also on the way, on Sunday against the Cardinals, John Elway did what only 6 QBs in NFL history have accomplished. And for the second week in a row, the Seahawks are involved in one of the best finishes of the day. This is SportsCenter.
Welcome to the NFL Insider. Up next, we'll find out what kind of lessons Mike McCormick taught at this year's Hall of Fame game.
$3.99 won't buy a whole lot of lunch these days. But at Golden Corral, $3.99 will get you a lunch that looks like dinner. A juicy sirloin steak, grilled beef tips, and Golden Grilled chicken breast, each with a big baked potato, fresh vegetable, and all for an amazing $3.99. You see, at Golden Corral, you can eat like it's dinner. You just pay for it like it's lunch. Get our Golden Value lunches for just $3.99 for a limited time at Golden Corral.
I sat in the stands in the Hall of Fame game for the first half, and the fans were extremely enthusiastic, but they started the wave, but they started when we were in the huddle. And so I tried to explain to them, no, you do that when the opponents are in the huddle.
This NFL Insider brought to you locally by Golden Corral.
Wow, Lester, a frat party. Cool. Hi, ladies. We're with ESPN.
College Game Day, the college football studio show.
Stats, analysis, predictions. We tell you what teams are hot and what teams are not.
And we're not afraid to tackle the controversial issues head on.
And we broadcast great college matchups every Thursday and Saturday night.
Hey, we should have told them we know Chris Berman.
Yep.
With Florida State's loss on Thursday, there is a shakeup as expected in the top 25. Nebraska is still first. Ohio State vaults from 4th to 2nd. Notre Dame still 8th, but can it hold? They operated on quarterback Ron Paulus's left arm Sunday to stabilize the broken bone. He'll be back for fall practice. The rest of the top 25 you can read for your own self.
Back to the pros, where the 1995 Broncos can be described in one word: average. Their longest winning streak is 2. So is their longest losing streak. But they're consistently inconsistent labels made of Velcro when the team is at home. 3 of Denver's 4 wins have taken place at Mile High. That's where the Broncos were on Sunday when the Cardinals and Buddy came calling. Terrell Davis, 6th leading rusher in the AFC. 60 yards by himself on this drive. 6 carries and the touch, 7-0. There's Buddy shaking his head and probably doing more than that on this play because John Elway finds a wide open Anthony Miller. 31-6 Denver in the 3rd quarter. It was still 31-6 4th quarter when we moved to further highlights. Ed McCaffrey on the receiving end, one of 3 Elway TD tosses. He goes over 40,000 yards passing in his career, joining Warren Moon on the same day. 38-6 the final. Elway 16 of 21 for 256 yards and 3 touches. He joins Tarkington, Marino, Fouts, Montana, Unitas, and Moon in the 40,000-yard club. To the Kingdome, Seahawks and Giants. Rick Meyer. The Seahawks already up 7-3 in the first. When Meyer looking for Brian Blades, Brian looking for pay dirt. 44 yards in all, 2nd touch of the game, and a la Bo Jackson, he's gone. But he does come back. 14-3 Seahawks. Brian. Late in the first, Joey Galloway. Hug me, love me. Joey Galloway, not you, Keith, gallops 89 yards for the score. 21-3 Seahawks. And they're not gonna. Final seconds of the game, it's 30-28 Seahawks. Giants can win it. Brad DeLuise, no. Dan Reeves, no. Dennis Erickson, yeah. Well, he says no, but he means yes. Seahawks win it 30-28. Seattle's first win in 5 weeks. Seattle had to play the second half without Chris Warren, who re-injured his left ankle. From the programming department, we bring you this FYI. If you missed anything from Sunday's action, if you need to be better prepared for the Eagles and Cowboys, Prime Monday is your show. Mike Tirico is your host. He's got a lot of friends. He'll preview the game and then go backstage with Nate Newton.
Coming up on Sunday, you couldn't spell San Francisco 49ers without... Mark Schwartz will report from a stunned San Francisco, and also still ahead of us, they couldn't beat the Clippers, so how could the Suns handle the would-be three-peaters from Houston? Hoopage ahoy. And this just in, Bryce pops Justin Paul. Bills and Colts, and the big show continues.
Why settle for half a workout on an ordinary treadmill when you can get a superior total body workout? Introducing the incredible Walk Fit from Nordic Track. Unlike ordinary treadmills, Walk Fit's unique design lets you exercise your upper body and lower body at the same time. You get a fast, effective, total body workout that burns an average of 850 calories per hour. Whether your goal is to lose weight, tone muscles, or relieve stress, you can do it all with the Walk Fit Total Body Treadmill from Nordic Track. Clinical tests show you can burn 53% more calories than an ordinary treadmill, 850 calories per hour. The unique upper body motion and lower body resistance actually results in a 53% greater cardiovascular workout than with ordinary treadmills. And Walk Fit has no motor. It's safe and easy to use. Unlike motorized treadmills, you control the pace. There's no herky-jerky starts and stops. The Walk Fit has separate resistance settings for arms and legs, so you can design a workout that's right for you. With its quality construction, Walk Fit is really built to last, and you get a 30-day in-home trial and 2-year limited warranty. It's easy to enjoy Nordic Track's Walk Fit in your own home.
Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Calling this number right now could be the best thing you'll ever do for yourself. Nordic Track is America's leading fitness company, and we have a fitness solution that's right for you. So call now for a free video and brochure.
You know regular total body exercise combined with a sensible diet helps you burn more calories so you can lose weight safely and keep it off. Why wait a minute longer? Call our toll-free number now and receive a free information-packed video and full-color brochure showing how you can get started on an exercise program you'll really enjoy and stick with. Don't settle for half a workout when you can get the superior total body workout you've always wanted with WalkFit from America's #1 fitness company, Nordic Track. Call today. After all, it's from Nordic Track.
To Miami for the Jiffy Lube 300, but not everybody in Miami was thinking about the race. Were they? Hi, my name's Dan. I'm a Taurus. My interests include 6 laps to go. It's a 4-car race led by Kenny Wallace, Hermie Sadler, Dale Jarrett, and Larry Pearson. But there's trouble. Ron Teal, the rookie, gets into the wall. Out comes the caution flag. Out of the caution, a shootout, 2 laps to go. Sadler takes Wallace on the inside. Pearson tries to go with him. A 3-car pileup with just 1 lap to go. The top 3 take each other out. Dale Jarrett wins under the caution. Jarrett, the Winston Cup regular and part-timer on the Busch Series, has won 3 Grand National races. He's also won 11 in his career. And if you're wondering, and I know you are, Dick Trickle did not race.
Love them or hate them, you have to give the Indianapolis Colts credit. They work hard because they have to. As they hosted the Bills Sunday, 9 of Indy's last 10 games had been decided by a touchdown or less, and 3 of those games have gone to OT. Bills and Colts each 5-3 going in. That would be Jim Kelly. I've seen him before. That's what he looks like. First pass of the game, scoreless in the first. It's bombs away for Billy Brooks, and they're not gonna. Well, Dan already said that. Third-string quarterback Paul Justin replaced Jim Harbaugh, who's happy about this for some reason, maybe because Craig Erickson's not playing. He's upset, even though he would later replace Justin. Too many quarterbacks. Johnny Unitas suited up. Colts driving at the Bills 10, but Justin is just out of it. Kurt Schultz, I know nothing, picks it up. Bills lead 16-7 at the break. Late in the fourth, the 16-10 Erickson now as quarterback steps up and makes a wobbler. It's a mighty duck. Elijah Pitts gets the interim Gatorade treatment. Bills 16-10. Release rotation splash. 10 of 11 Indy games now 7 points or less. Marshall Faulk ended with 87 yards rushing, 36 receiving, 1 touchdown. But when the breaks were going against the boys and they were trying to convert deep in Buffalo territory, he couldn't do it. Bills are up to 6-3. At the Meadowlands, the John Hewitt Bowl. Pats and Jets 4-13 between them. That's Glenn Foley. Pats didn't need much for their quarterback, Curtis Martin. 28 yards down to the Jet 12. And it's bowling pins time. A 4th and 1 from the 2. Curtis Martin. 10-0 New England. Pats led 13-0 at the break. Curtis Martin. We have a lot of Curtis Martin highlights. Career high 170 yards rushing, his 2nd touchdown. Boomer and Bubby on the sidelines. Glenn Foley came in, looked great until Aaron Jones came in and dislocated his shoulder. Will it be Bubby next week? Could it be Boomer or the best quarterback in New York and New Jersey and the Fairfield County area? Patriots win 20-7. Could be Charlie Ward. Foley is out for the year, so it's either back to Bubby or Boomer or Charlie or maybe find Al Woodall. Pats improved to 3-6, which is what they were last year when they made their playoff run by winning 7 in a row. Of course, this year they still have to play Miami, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, and the Colts twice. Coming up, the Rhythm and Blues edition of the Plays of the Week, featuring the man who creates the rhythm for his team and the blues for the opposition. That's next. This is SportsCenter.
Hustling and bustling for this season's best values can be a breeze if you shop with this, the Big Payback Value Book, and this, your Discover Card. You can get over $170 in cash rebates on top name brand gifts for the holidays. Just send us your receipts, and you can wrap up big savings without all the runaround. It pays to Discover, the card with the big payback. Look in the mail for your value book today.
Dumb, a person lacking mental power.
Want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Stupid, a person below normal intelligence. Jim Carrey. Jeff Daniels. Dumb and Dumber.
Good thinking.
Cool.
We'll take it!
Get Dumb for $19.98 or less. Available November 7th wherever video is sold.
What, 5B doing aerobics again?
Better, 4B's watching the Michigan game.
Get out of here. That's not on TV around here.
Yeah, it is across the street.
Thanks to ABC College Football and ESPN Pay-Per-View, your ticket to the best gridiron action is just a phone call away. Catch blockbuster matchups that you can't see in your local area.
Yes!
Give me those.
No, I'm still looking. Hey, come on. This is really silly.
You're right. You know what we gotta get?
Another pair of binoculars.
Bingo.
It's the rhythm and blues edition of the play, so among those you won't be seeing, former A's second baseman Keith Drumright, Steve and Dave Sachs, or our own Larry Beale Street Blues.
You also had one more there. You forgot.
Go ahead.
All right. You also won't be seeing former Falcon Jeff Van Note or any of the Blues Brothers, Vida Blue, John Blue Moon Odom, or Blue Edwards. The plays of the week, music to the eyes and ears.
He's at the 20, looking for a block. 25. He's at the 30. 35. He's got blockers. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. The 10. Eugene Daniel goes all the way.
Brought right back in again by Roenick. Shoots with ball! Fontaine off Barroso. Buffalo in front, 3-1.
More money, more money, more money.
That one caught the... Oh, wow! Rasheed Wallace slams it home. Virginia's upset Florida State.
I love you, man.
Plays of the Week is brought to you by Isuzu, makers of incredible four-wheel drives.
Oh, yeah. Still to come on the show, what went wrong? The 49ers suit of armor is starting to show a few cracks. And what's next for Riddick Bowe? Had a good idea. Not a Vander. I'll have the answer.
Braves fans, your team has done it.
The team of the 90s has its world championship.
Now, Sports Illustrated lets you capture all the drama and excitement of Atlanta's first World Championship with the official 1995 World Series video. Call now, and you'll also get SI Special Braves commemorative issue. And best of all, both gifts are free with your paid subscription to Sports Illustrated. Your free World Series video lets you relive all the moments that made the 1995 Fall Classic unforgettable. From the masterful pitching of Tom Glavine to the heroics of Dave Justice. And with SI Special Braves commemorative issue, you'll get a collector's edition to savor forever. Call now, use your credit card, get 54 issues of Sports Illustrated for only $1.47 an issue. Save over 50% off the cover price and get your video and special issue free. There's no team like the Atlanta Braves, and there's nothing in the world like Sports Illustrated. Get into it.
Charles Barkley has been known to poke fun at the validity of some of Kevin Johnson's injuries, but Charles says that doesn't mean the two can't coexist as teammates, but don't expect them to socialize. As Charles puts it, Kevin likes to go to church, I like to go to strip clubs. On Sunday night, the pair showed up at the same location with the same goal in mind, beat the defending champs. There's Chuck, who averaged 16 boards a game against Houston last year. KJ drives, throws it up. Charles rebounds, puts it back in. Charles by 3 early, thanks to his play. Suns running. Elliott Perry, Wayman Tisdale. Tisdale, 14 in the first half. Suns by 1 at the break. Second half, the Rockets respond. And it's Clyde Drexler leading the way with a steal. Goes right at Charles. And the great reverse, game tied at 82. 10 seconds left. Suns down by 2. Barkley with the ball, kicks it out to Elliott Perry for the win. KJ for the win. And time runs out on the Suns. The Rockets escape. I'll say it one time. The Bulls didn't change uniforms when they won. The Pistons didn't change uniforms when they won back-to-back. The Rockets shouldn't have changed uniforms. I don't like it. Drexler, 21 points, 8 assists. Houston has won 4 of the last 5 against the Suns, including the last 3 in Phoenix. More hoop highlights coming up later on in the big show. Keith?
Maybe the 49ers should change their uniforms. They turned the ball over 5 times. They went from Super Bowl winners to Expansion Bowl losers. And at quarterback, they appear to be down to Guy Benjamin or maybe Y.A. Tittle. It's the Niners' darkest hour. Mark Schwartz pulls out his flashlight.
It did seem as though, you know, if something could go wrong today, it would, and it did.
There was a Murphy's Law quality to this game for the 49ers. First quarter, Elvis Grbac had no one open, then met ex-49er Tim McKyer.
I think the guy was trying to get rid of the ball, and he just didn't put enough on it. And boy, was my eyes big. I tell you, they just lit up like golf balls. And it's just great, you know, to be able to make a play. That was the difference in the game.
A game in which the red zone became the dead zone for the Niners. Second quarter, the usually flawless Jerry Rice was thinking touchdown. Panther rookie Tyrone Poole was thinking touchback.
In a situation like that, I'm running hard trying to get to the end zone, and he just made a great play. I take the blame for that one, you know.
After Poole did it to Rice, he then did it to John Taylor. This guy's a rookie on an expansion team. It's not supposed to happen this way. Not here in San Francisco, not to the Niners.
It was weird, and you look up and you have an opportunity to go up 4, and next thing, you know, you're down 10.
It was a bizarre situation and one that, you know, but at this particular time, that we have to be good enough to overcome that, and we're not.
You end up shaking your head. You wonder what the hell's going on. You look around, our offense has got maybe 3 or 4 guys who are in the Super Bowl, so it's a different team, and it's a long way from Miami.
In January, the 49ers were winning the Super Bowl by more than 3 touchdowns. 9 months later, they're losing to the Colts, the Saints, and now they're the first defending champ ever to lose to an expansion team. You can no longer call next week's game at Dallas a showdown. What you have to wonder is whether the 49ers will show up. From 3Com Park in San Francisco, I'm Mark Schwartz, ESPN.
Mark, thanks. This promotional announcement, Jerry Rice of the Niners will have some explaining to do on Up Close with Chris Myers. Air date, Monday, 6 November 1995. And this promotional announcement, Tuesday evening, Up Close primetime, previews that Cowboys-Niners game. Be there, aloha.
Hours after watching his fighter barely survive an aging but still dangerous Evander Holyfield, Riddick Bowe's trainer Rock Newman was on the phone with Don King chatting about a possible showdown with Mike Tyson. Newman also said in a Sunday news conference that, quote, if we don't make an attempt, Tyson-Bowe won't be made. But he also said he has other options.
I'm going to be discussing Mike Tyson with Don King and John Horn, Roy Holloway, whoever it is that represents Mike Tyson. I will talk to Panos Eliadis, who is Lennox Lewis's chief negotiator. I'm trying to determine who I can get for Riddick Bowe next. Right now, I simply don't know, but we have some decent options ahead.
Newman told Charlie Steiner he also hopes to meet with Don King sometime next week. He thinks King and Tyson have to do something dramatic, as Newman said, to regain credibility. Rough estimates of a Tyson-Bowe fight could generate as much as $200 million. Still to come on SportsCenter, Anaheim is living up to the mighty part of the Mighty Ducks. They ran into the defending champs Sunday night, and our Sunday chat is with Dan Marino, who talks about his career numbers.
Part of being a whole new NBC is giving your viewers lots of free stuff. All this month, watch and win on NCN. Every weeknight, we're giving away a color TV. Then on November 28th, one lucky viewer will win $17,000 cash on live TV. To win it, send your name, age, address, and phone number to Channel 17. Then watch the 7 o'clock edition of NCN News for your chance to win. It's free TVs and $17,000 cash, only from WNCN Channel 17.
sponsored locally by Joins and Bieber and by Damon's Restaurant.
The ESPN Football Fanatics Sweepstakes, sponsored by Visa, to win a trip for two to Super Bowl 30 or one of hundreds of other prizes.
God, I love football.
Watch this week's ESPN Sunday night NFL game between Denver and Philadelphia.
And no end zone fans.
Call the 800 number displayed during the third quarter and answer a question about the game, or enter on ESPN Net Sports Zone.
I'm telling you, it's a wonderful thing.
The ESPN Football Fanatics Sweepstakes, sponsored by Visa, the official card of the NFL.
Sunday Conversation is brought to you by Sprint. We've got everything you need, local, long distance, and cellular, to let you be there now.
James Bond gave us the man with the golden gun. Dan Marino gave us the man with the golden arm. During the Dolphins' Sunday night win over San Diego, the Hall of Famer in waiting passed for 291 yards, leaving him 37 yards behind Fran Tarkington's all-time record. In our Sunday Conversation, Marino talks to Joe Theismann about putting up big numbers, the interest of his contract, and how his body is holding up after all these years.
My body has felt really good. My arm has felt good throughout my whole career. The knee problem I had against Indianapolis was something that, you know, they wanted to take care of. I probably could have kept playing, but they wanted to take care of it then, so it wouldn't be a problem later in the year. And you know, things like the hip or whatever it is, you know, when you get bumps and bruises, that's going to happen. So I find that earlier in the week I don't recover as well, but by the end of the week I feel pretty good.
What happened to the hip?
There was a free blitzer, and I threw the ball away. And I was kind of off balance from another hit, and the defensive back from Indianapolis kind of threw me to the ground, and his weight and all my weight came right down on the hip. It felt okay during the game, then you know how it is that night and the next morning it just blew up, and I had to get it drained. There was a lot of blood, and it was a process that took about 10 days to really get it to back where, you know, I could start to move around a little bit.
Do you yell at people? And why?
You know, I just get excited playing, and I'm not necessarily yelling at anyone. And when I get mad or it looks like I'm mad or yelling on something, a lot of times it's frustration about what I'm doing or my decision making or just the game in general, the flow of the game, whatever it may be. I used to yell and scream a lot at players and argue years ago.
Anybody,
not as much anymore.
Anybody in particular?
Well, Duper and Clayton and I, we used to get into some good yelling and some good arguments occasionally. But, you know, it was all, we all had the same common goal, and that was winning.
But a source close to Marino told me that the Dolphins' offer was an insult to someone who has done so much for this franchise.
It's like the press for the last 2 months knew more about my contract than I did. You know, I knew that the Dolphins talked to me about, you know, wanting to do something. I want to do something. I want to end my career as a Dolphin, and I want to, you know, do whatever I can to help the team under the, you know, the financial circumstances of the league now with the salary cap and all. I want to do whatever that is. And it just didn't work out at that time, and it's something that I'm not going to concern myself with now, and it'll take care of itself when the time comes.
Are you tired at this point of fielding the questions regarding Tarkenton's records? Would you like to just accomplish it, or is it sort of neat?
Yeah, it's neat, and I'm enjoying it, and I'd like to. You know, I've never been in my career halfway through the season. I've only have 8 touchdowns. You know, so it's like I want to achieve these things, and I want to enjoy the moment. I want to accomplish them, and then I want them to be over, and I want to concentrate on what I'm doing, which I am. But, you know, it's just sitting there, and it's right out there. When it happens, it happens.
Sunday Conversation was brought to you by Sprint. We've got everything you need, local, long distance, and cellular, to let you be there now.
Still ahead on the big show, who could ever beat the team that Rebecca Lobo made famous? How about Rebecca Lobo? The national champs versus the national team. That's next. This is SportsCenter.
I want to know about meeting that special someone.
Sorry, can't help you there.
I want to know more about
A diet I can live with.
No way, not in this commercial.
I want to know more about Rogaine.
Rogaine with minoxidil?
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Yeah.
Okay. Just call this number now for a free information kit on Rogaine topical solution. It could help answer your question because it's filled with all kinds of facts about Rogaine. And because you need a prescription to get Rogaine, we'll send you a list of local doctors and special money-saving offers to help you decide if Rogaine is right for you.
But I want to know right now.
We'll mail it to you today. So what are you waiting for? Call now for your free information kit. Call 1-800-428-1090.
The camaraderie that you have with your teammates, you know, it's you 12 guys versus everybody else. And it's the friendships that you make over the years. It's one of those unique feelings.
No matter how good one or two players are, unless you have voluntary cooperation from everybody, your team cannot be successful.
It's like a reward to me when I can go out there and work hard and make some good things happen, not just for myself, but for my teammates.
To Anaheim for the Ducks and Devils. No score first period. Steve Thomas. His shot will hit the outside of the net. Remember that shot because over a minute later, Asa Tikkanen behind the back pass is put in by Ken Danico, 1-0 Devils, but the refs check upstairs. Replay show.
Illustrated. Your free World Series video lets you relive all the moments that made the night.
Tied at 1 second period. Sean Van Allen, 2-on-1, beats Martin Brodeur, 2-1 Ducks. Brodeur gets yanked, which can hurt the Ducks, and their duck board explode. Chris Terreri gets shelled as the Ducks pick up the victory by the final 6-1. The Ducks tie a club record with their 4th straight win, and the Devils' 4th loss in the last 6 games. To Chicago, the Hawks in the Lanch. 6-3 Colorado, 3rd period, Joe Sakic. Chris Simon, Curtis Lecision, the Lanch wins it by the final of 7-3. Sakic, 2 goals, 3 assists. Colorado extending their winning streak to a franchise record, 8 games. The Lanch outshot Chicago 14-1 in the 2nd period. Jets and Sabres. The Jets pick up the victory 4-3. Jets' first win in Buffalo since 1987. Winnipeg 1 of 10 on the power play, and Dominik Hasek, 20 saves on the night, but 4-7 record-wise on the year.
It was the greatest publicity opportunity in the history of women's basketball. The U.S. national team struggling for mainstream recognition, visiting national college champs UConn with the Huskies' own legend, Rebecca Lobo, on the Team USA roster. It had the makings of a sports epic until national team coach Tara Vanderveer announced in advance that Lobo would not see significant playing time. Alas, opportunity lost. At Stores, Rebecca gets her national championship ring and gets to sit out for the first 10.5 minutes. First half with UConn starters in, they led Jen Rosati to Jamel Elliott, UConn 12-8. But this was the first exhibition for the Huskies. They used a 12-player rotation. USA takes over. Lisa Leslie with the board and the hoop. Coach Vanderveer said afterwards she ran no set plays because the game was televised internationally and foreign coaches could have scouted them. This'll do. Lobo, the back dish from Dawn Staley. 83-47 the final. Lobo ends playing 13 minutes. 8 of that was with her team up by 25 or more. Gracious as ever, she said afterwards, I'm here to work hard and give whatever I can to this team. UConn looked better than the score indicated, especially considering their only previous game action had been a scrimmage in which one of the honorary coaches was me, and boy, was I useless. Dan?
To Hawaii for the Kapalua International. Tom Lehman's 3rd shot on 18 looks pretty nice. You got to be pleased with it, right? Lehman's not too happy because he almost whiffed on his 2nd shot before this one. And what's he going to do? A good craftsman never blames his tools. Lehman finished at 16 under. Jim Furyk, the leader going into today's final round, he played very steady golf all day. 2nd shot, par 5, 18th. Keeps rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling.
It gets over there.
Golf applause. Finishes at 19 under. Shot a 70 in the final round and keep rolling. And he wins it. He set a tournament record with his 19 under. He also claimed the Las Vegas Invitational 3 weeks ago. 2-time champ Fred Couples finished 5 shots back. At the Sarazen World Open, Frank Nobilo birdied 4 of the 5 holes on the back 9. Actually, he birdied 4 of 5, not the 5, because it'd be a back 5 then. Sure he won by a stroke, the New Zealanders' 2nd victory of the year. Ray Floyd birdied the 2nd playoff hole at the Emerald Coast Classic to defeat Tom Wargo. This was Ray's 3rd senior tour win of the season. You say, is there more? Could there be more? Of course. When Birmingham and San Antonio get together, you can throw the records out. Highlights, CFL. Keith and I return. Next.
Braves fans, your team has done it.
The team of the 90s has its World Championship.
Now, Sports Illustrated lets you capture all the drama and excitement of Atlanta's first World Championship with the official 1995 World Series video. Call now, and you'll also get SI Special Braves commemorative issue. And best of all, both gifts are free with your paid subscription to Sports Illustrated. Your free World Series video lets you relive all the moments that made the 1995 Fall Classic unforgettable. From the masterful pitching of Tom Glavine to the heroics of Dave Justice. And with SI Special Braves commemorative issue, you'll get a collector's edition to savor forever. Call now, use your credit card, get 54 issues of Sports Illustrated for only $1.47 an issue. Save over 50% off the cover price and get your video and special issue free. There's no team like the Atlanta Braves, and there's nothing in the world like Sports Illustrated. Get into it.
Sunday, John Elway and the Broncos take aim at the new-look Eagles when they clash in Philly in a key interconference shootout.
This is going to be a wonderful game. Just wonderful.
It's playoff time in the CFL. Birmingham and San Antonio, two of your larger Canadian cities. David Archer is like 3,000 years old, is the quarterback for San Antonio. To Mark's stock, right up the middle, 74-yard touchdown, 14-3 Texans. Still 14-3 in the second quarter. You don't see plays like that in American football. Archer rolls to Billy Hess, who tiptoes through the tulips and gets in for the score. It's 21-3 there. Texans win 52-9. There were some later scoring after the highlight guy went home. Archer, 14 of 24. San Antonio wins by 43. The Edmonton Eskimos upend the BC Lions 26-15. So San Antonio at Baltimore and Edmonton at Calgary next week for berths in the Grey Cup organization. Our organization will come back right after this.
Hustling and bustling for this season's best values can be a breeze if you shop with this, the Big Payback Value Book, and this, your Discover Card. You can get over $170 in cash rebates on top name brand gifts for the holidays. Just send us your receipts, and you can wrap up big savings without all the runaround. It pays to Discover, the card with the big payback. Use it where you see the Novus sign.
The National Business Employment Weekly, the only publication that updates you weekly on top jobs available regionally and nationwide. All kinds of jobs, professional, managerial, technical. And you'll learn how to land one of those jobs. Get 8 job-packed issues for just $35. Also get absolutely free the Job Search Guide.
Call 800-292-1400. That's 800-292-1400.
The National Business Employment Weekly. If you're not looking here, you're hardly looking.
Game day. 15 more minutes of game day. 15 more minutes of game day. 15 more minutes of game day.
We don't feel mandatory betting is necessary in the United States here on SportsCenter, nor do we say that it should be banned. We're giving you the choice to decide whether you want to throw your money away on these stupid football games next week or not. You can read them.
Wolves, Grizzlies, enter at your own risk. The home opener for the Expanders. Doug West, stuffed by Kenny Gaddison. Blue Edwards saves the ball, looking for Antonio Harvey. Harvey. The Grizzlies down 9 in the fourth quarter. The Couve is still on a run. And who do you go to? Greg Anthony. The pull-up. He had 17. Grizzlies up by 2 points. Time winding down. T-Wolves down 3. Christian Laettner. You want to play with fire, Scarecrow? He sends it into overtime. In overtime, the Grizzlies go up 2. And then they try to go to the veteran, Terry Porter. Porter sizes up to 3. Off the foot on the line. It's a 2. We're tied at 98. Time winding down. The go-to guy, Byron Scott. But the putback guy is Chris King. The Grizzlies win it 100-98. Catch the fever. Brian Winters says yes. We're up 2-0. They beat the Blazers, beat the T-Wolves. Byron goes for 18. Laettner goes for 26. Clippers and the Kings, you ask? Don't ask. Kings win 99-82. Ty Edney goes for 15 for the Kings. Mitch goes for 18, including 11 of those coming in the fourth quarter. Loy Vaught, who wants to be known as Fine Wine, had 20 points to lead the Clippers, also had 10 rebounds.
It's a world be free kind of thing with him.
It's his nickname. He wants that.
All right, coming up, we're going to do the entire 1 hour Sports Center all over again, including Panthers, Niners, Sunday Conversation, Dan Marino, and lots of exciting stuff.
We're right back next. Welcome to the paradise we call Sports Center. Can the Panthers' fantasy come true in Ninerland? A nightmare in Cleveland, a dismal loss to the Oilers, and a possible loss of the entire team.
We want to move the team. Well, we might go to the bus.
The Packers and Vikes, their game comes down to a foot. Literally. It was steaming in Chicago, where the steel curtain held steady in the Windy City. And the Rams look to keep from falling further in the West. We'll explain why there was almost no fight on Saturday night. And in our Sunday conversation, Miami's Golden Arm speaks about football, injuries, and the media.
The press for the last 2 months knew more about my contract than I did.
We've got the G-men, the P-men, the Bud-men, and the men with bad tempers. Teams with good luck and teams with bad luck. Slide on down to SportsCenter, where your fantasies will always come true. So if we appear larger than life, we are. SportsCenter, next.
Hello, welcome to the big show. Alongside my tag team partner, Dan Patrick, I'm Keith Olbermann.
Coming up on SportsCenter, we will tell you one big reason why Evander Holyfield couldn't put away Riddick Bowe. A reason that may surprise you. We'll tell you what John Elway and Warren Moon both had in common on Sunday. But we begin with David loading up his slingshot.
David's slingshot is with Cincinnati. This is San Francisco.
Klingler.
Okay. To avoid a gridiron bloodbath of biblical proportions, only one defending Super Bowl champion had ever faced a first-year expansion team. 1976 Steelers, 42 brand new Tampa Bay Bucks just watching. So when the champion Niners were penciled in to face Carolina in Week 10, the expectation was a blowout. But as the late Commissioner Burt Bell put it, on any given Sunday, a rolling stone gathers no moss. Something like that. At the stick, Panthers going for 4 in a row. Steve Young threw before the game, but not during it, leaving it to Elvis. Elvis, live. Fakes out the cameraman, but not Tim McKyer. They're not gonna get him. One deke move and he's gone. 96-yard interception run back for the touchdown, and it's 10-0 Panthers. Elvis Gerback, not surprisingly, is bumming, while Tim McKyer has spied some old friends in the stands and has a long time to talk to him. Second quarter, Niners are driving. Gerback, Jerry Rice, cuts up the sidelines, and then number 38, Tyrone Poole, hello, knocks the ball out of the end zone. That's the way it fell for the 49ers during this game. More Niner miscues. Gerback to John Taylor, streaking towards the end zone, and Tyrone Poole. It's Poole coverage, his second strip of the game. And George Seifert is having a Cornell flashback. Good. Early fourth, San Francisco finally gets on the board. Derek LaVille pounds in from 1 yard out. Nice hat, but it's still 13-7. Then it's Gerback to Brent Jones, who wasn't supposed to play, but did. Goes upfield 30 yards to set up the new Niner kicker, Tony Zendejas, from just 32 yards out. To paraphrase Luke Grant, never fire your old kicker until you've hired your new kicker. The Carolina defense then hired Gerback, or actually hired him out for the rest of the game. Lamar Lathan knocked him out. Steve Young could only look on as the Niners lose. The Niners lose 13-7 to a team that didn't exist this time last year. Carolina, the first expansion team to win 4 games. First to win 4 straight. First to beat a Super Bowl champion. First to be 2 games out of first and 1 game out of the wild card. And the Niners?
And as a team, I feel like we just made too many mental mistakes.
About as poorly as I've ever seen the 49ers play.
You got to get used to winning. You got to get used to losing. You know, we're not going to get used to losing, though. That's the old saying there, and somehow we're going to fight our way back. Every week, it's a must-win for this team now. And Dallas is the next team in line. And somehow we got to find a way to beat this team.
This was not too tough to figure out. 2 games, the Niners have nearly as many turnovers as they did in the first 7 games. All the Panther points in this one came off turnovers. Later in the big show, Mark Schwartz from the stick on the Niners' dicey situation. Sunday night game, Dolphins and Chargers. Dolphins are down 3-0 in the first. There's Dan. Irving Fryer cuts through the middle for a 23-yard touchdown. Dolphins 7-3. San Diego without Natron Means. He left earlier in the game with a groin injury. His own, we hope. They'll know more on Monday. San Diego down 14-6 in the third. Stan Humphries looking for Tony Martin from way downtown. Bang, wide open. San Diego ties it 14-14 off the 2-point conversion. The Dolphins with a field goal. Chargers down 17-14. Humphries off Martin's hands. Chris Singleton with the intercept. And Dan Marino would make the Chargers pay. Nice pass to Fryer at the 1. Dolphins run it in on the next play. 24-14. 5 minutes to play. It's Humphries to Alfred. Coughs it up. J.B. Brown. Not the announcer, the player. Humphries and the Chargers lose the game 24-14. Marino, 291 yards passing in this game, 37 more, and he will tie the Fran Tarkenton all-time mark for passing yards. I think that's a lock before the end of this season. That's just a wild guess on my part. Miami ends its 5-game losing streak in San Diego, and Parmalee at 103 yards as the Dolphins outrush the Chargers 126-70. Later on the Sunday conversation is Dan Marino.
The NFL's expensive game of franchise twister has a brand new player. The Browns are ready for a road trip. ESPN's Chris Mortensen is reporting team owner Art Modell will receive a $50 million bonus for moving his team to Baltimore next season, a move expected to be announced Monday in Maryland. On Sunday afternoon, Modell certainly gave every indication the deal was done as he failed to show up for a home game for the first time in 35 years. Yep, that's Art's chair. Fans showing their feelings about the move. On the field, first quarter, no score. Eric Zaire finds Andre Rison. Remember when Modell said Eric Zaire is going to captivate this city? I don't think he said which city. Browns take the early 7-0 lead. Second quarter, Oilers up 10-7. Chandler to Haywood Jeffries. 17-7 Oilers. Browns fans showing their love for their team. Still trying to hang in there. This is our town. A city that does not deserve to lose its football team. Zaire not on fire. Picked off by Blaine Bishop, and the Bishop is gone. 62 yards for the score. Seal the route, 37-10. Started to get ugly. The great Jim Brown talking with Bill Belichick. The dog pound, not a place to be. Late in the game, dog pound fans got into a scuffle and to be restrained. Meanwhile, Art Modell nowhere to be seen. Houston's point total, the highest allowed by the Browns since Bill Belichick became head coach. 7,800 no-shows, not including Mr. Modell. Following the game, the talk was not about the game, but about the move.
What can you do as a player? I mean, you're going to move. If they're going to move, well, you got to move or retire. Or they'll cut you. I mean, what choice do you have?
You might as well stick a knife in the backs of the community and twist it.
You got to be able to laugh about it, or people will be committing suicide, doing all kinds of crazy things.
It's like, you know, my wife and I have friends, couples, who you think have the happiest marriage on earth, and all of a sudden you find out one day they're getting divorced. And you go, no, not them, you know?
It's a great stadium, a great city, great fans are here. It would be a tragedy, but we can't speculate. I mean, they tell me it's a done deal, but Art hasn't said it.
I've been in the Cleveland Browns 4 years, and I mean, this team never quit. And today, I saw this team quit.
The city spent $169 million on Jacobs Field for the Indians, $148 million on Gund Arena for the Cavs, and $92 million on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for Chris Berman. Art Modell is on record as saying, even if the city comes up with renovation money with a vote on Tuesday, that will not sway his decision. No matter what the decision is, ESPN will bring it to you live starting at 12:30 Eastern. Also, full coverage coming up on Prime Monday at 7:30 Eastern with Mike Tirico. To Soldier Field, the Bears still call that home. First quarter, they're up 3-0 and driving on the Steelers, but Robert Green fumbles the football. It's recovered by Darren Perry. Perry recovered 2 fumbles, also had an interception. Steelers make Chicago pay. Eric Pegram in for the score. Pegram, 3 TDs on the day. It's 7-3 Steelers. Bears respond as only the Bears can. Eric Kramer, Curtis Conway. Conway's 6th consecutive game with a touchdown, 10-7 Bears. 17-10 Steelers third quarter. Kramer looking for Tony Carter. Play fake. Carter's first career TD. Kramer, 6th consecutive game with 2 or more TD tosses. Fourth quarter, now the steamy part of the highlights. Tied at 27, Neil O'Donnell pass tipped off by Alonzo Spellman, picked off by Barry Minter. That's tipped and picked. Just over a minute left, O'Donnell hits Ernie Mills. The extra point's good. We go into overtime. In overtime, Norm Johnson, 24 yards out. It's good. O'Donnell, 34-52, 2 score, 351 yards. Steelers win. Steelers win in overtime. With the win, Steelers took a 1-game lead over the Browns and Oilers in the Central. Pittsburgh had been 0-12 in Chicago to the Metrodome. Vikes, Bears. Vikes pack. Second quarter, Brett Favre taking a beating for letting go the ball, gets tangled up with his own man. Aaron Taylor turns his left ankle, had to leave the game for X-rays. X-rays were negative. Favre returned. He shouldn't have. Forces it into coverage. Charles Mincy picks it off. That set up a Viking TD to put the Vikes up 24-16. So Favre exits stage left. Ty Detmer is in after a TD toss to Mark Chmura. Detmer, 2-point conversion, tipped, and Chmura comes down with it. We're tied at 24. Fourth quarter, more injuries. Reggie White colliding with Sean Jones, his teammate. Both players injured on the play. White would leave with a sprained right knee. Jones would suffer a concussion. More on his injury in a moment. Warren Moon, 3 TD passes in the game. Looking for more. Qadri Ismail, 20 yards later, Moon reaches the 40,000-yard passing plateau. Detmer left with an injured thumb. Then it's T.J. Rubley because Randy White was not available. Rubley is picked off by Jeff Brady. Vikings get the ball with under a minute to go. 3 seconds to go. Fuad Revez. It's good. Vikings win it 27-24. Minnesota snaps a 3-game losing streak thanks to their second highest offensive output of the season. The Pack was guilty of 6 turnovers. Prior to his injury, Favre completed 70% of his passes as Green Bay was staked to a 16-10 lead. He returned, then threw 2 interceptions, and then left. His streak of 17 consecutive games with at least 1 TD toss comes to a crashing halt. Favre joined a crowded injury list for the Packers, the list that includes Sean Jones, the defensive lineman. He will be kept overnight in a Minneapolis hospital for observation following his concussion. He is expected to be released on Monday. Keith?
At 14-42, David Shula is not exactly one of the NFL's all-time great coaches. Not yet, anyway, but inside the Raida organization, Shula Minor has been an unbeatable devil. His Bengals had never lost to the Raiders, and Sunday he tried to make it 3-0. At home with a team that could have Ohio all by itself, but it's Harvey Williams up the middle, 24 carries. That one was a touchdown. 7-0 Raiders after 1. Second quarter, still 7-0. Jeff Hostetler, a little creaky to Tim Brown. Nice catch off the nice drop, and then the nice move on Darrell Williams. 14-0 Raiders, 34-yard touch. Bad day, Jeff Blake looking for Darnay Scott. Instead, it's Terry McDaniel, and the Raiders would lead 17-3 at the half. Second half, Andre Collins says hello to Haas, who was okay. Fourth quarter, under a minute, 20-9 Raiders. Blake, Carl Pickens, 20-17 after the 2-pointer. Bengals with the onside kick, but look who recovers it. Derek Fenner. How ironic. A former Bengal, his own self. The Raiders win. Harvey ends with 134 yards, and the Raiders finally beat Dave Shula. The celebrity guest lineman in front of Jeff Blake let Oakland sack him 4 times and limit him to 16 of 31 for 159. 2 politically incorrect teams meeting. KC up 7-0 on Washington in the second. Make it 14-0. Willie Davis pulls one down from Bono, who went over 200 again. 19-yard play. Fourth quarter, 17-3. Kimball Anders takes the handoff. Name for Anders Hedberg of the 1979 Rangers. Longest of his career, 24-3. Kansas City wins. You might have thought that was a blowout. It looked good in print, but the Chiefs were not pleased with the win, even coming out of their week off. Our timing just wasn't what it had been, said guard Dave Zott. I hate bye weeks. Dan?
On Sunday night, the Blazers were out to prove you do get a second chance to make a first impression, because this past Friday night, the smell lingering in Portland's brand spanking new Rose Garden was not a floral scent, it was the Blazers. They christened their new home with an embarrassing loss to the expansion Grizzlies. Jazz was being played in the building Sunday night. Cliff Robinson, I'm not going to count that one, Cliff. Blazers go up by 2, a 9-0 run. Jazz come right back. Hornacek, Adam Keefe, Brian Russell, and it counts. Jazz up by 1 after 3. In the fourth, it belonged to Portland. Arvydas Sabonis. It's always nice when your 7-footer can hit shots like this when it touches nothing but the bottom of the net. Then it's Cliff. Cliff, I will count this one as long as you don't bank it. Robinson had 25. Blazers going to win it by the final. Oh! 109-105. Cliff goes for 25. 4 of 6 from three-point range, although I'm only going to recognize 3 of those three-pointers. Also, the Blazers, responding from that ugly loss to the Grizzlies on Friday, shot 52% from the floor on Sunday. They shot 36% against the Grizzlies. More NBA hoop highlights coming up, including the Suns and Rockets later on in the big show.
On the ice, Flyers star Eric Lindros gets injured with the regularity and frequency with which Oriental rug stores hold going out of business sales. A week ago, Lindros' latest so-called minor ailment was a bruised kneecap. Now it's a slightly torn ligament. Now he'll be out at least another week, or maybe the whole year, who knows. Gabriella Sabatini made the game against Hartford and played briefly for the Whalers. She instead saw Michael Renberg unload the slap shot and put the biscuit in the basket. It's 3-0 Flyer. Sean Burke goes in for goalie Jeff Reese. No difference. Renberg, Desjardins. John LeClaire brought to you by Eric Desjardins. One-timer, 4-0 Flyers. Garth Snow. Ho! And the snow is falling in Philadelphia. 6-1, the Flyers roll. A little bit more on Lindros. In his first 4 seasons, Lindros has now missed, counting this one, his 39th game with various knee injuries. Flyers' first win in the last 4. The Whale have lost 6 of 7. Avashji their matey. Question, what did they do with all the rats at Boston Garden? Answer, they traded them to Florida. The other Panthers hosting Tampa, that's Bob Yaley Kadelsky. Johan Garpenloff beats Darren Pupa. Those are plastic rats. 1-0 Panthers. Now it's Radek Dvorak. A lot of V's on this team. Brought to you by Brian Skrudland. 2-0 Panthers. Then Van Beesbrook was outstanding between the pipes. Check, please. Panthers 4-1 victory for their organization. And yes, the Panthers are now all alone in first in the Atlantic, which is the division that has produced the last 2 Stanley Cup winners. They are now 7-1-2 all-time against Tampa. Must be that name, Panthers.
Following his loss to Riddick Bowe Saturday night in Las Vegas, Evander Holyfield was described by ringsiders as looking very tired and very old. Bowe's trainer Eddie Futch went a step further and said, if he were my fighter, I'd be careful in taking future matches because the wear and tear have begun to show. While Holyfield is indeed 33, Charlie Steiner reports the former champ was going to pull out of the fight as late as 3 weeks ago because of a virus. As a result, Holyfield was unable to spar in the 3 weeks leading up to the bout.
It is approaching McEnroe and Connors, Laver and Newcomb, Don Budge and Baron von Kram, Woody Allen versus Diane Keaton and Annie Hall. It's Sampras versus Agassi and Pete going into the finals at Paris, about to vault back over Andre and into the #1 rating again. Zoutalor in the final versus camera 2. Stop looking at camera 3, camera 2. Finals of the Paris Open against Boom Boom in the far court. The Becker returns. Sampras reaching for the forehand. The Becker backhand. Sampras with a great shot down the line, but the winner from Boom Boom. However, that would be about it. Peter was on. Becker serving out of the far court. Sampras' backhand. Sampras just over the net. Sampras with a smash, please. Then it will be match point in the best shot set of highlights of tennis we've ever seen. Becker with the return. Sampras, but then Becker into your net. Sampras wins, and then all of a sudden, Lord, I'm telling you, I saw a giant manifestation of Pete's head. It's haunted the places, and it was upside down, too. Boy, that's unsettling. 2 hours and 41 minutes for Sampras' second win over Becker this year. Wimbledon was the other one. Thus, Pete will regain #1 status for the first time since April 9th. And the ATP Championships in Frankfurt later this month will decide who is #1 for the year.
Coming up later on SportsCenter, our Sunday conversation with the victorious Dan Marino, who talks about all the injuries, all the records, and all the money he's supposed to be making with this proposed new contract. Also on the show rundown, we stay with the NFL theme. The Saints roll out the red carpet for the Rams and then try to roll it right back up. The 2-time defending champs give the Suns a first-hand look at their new unis. Ugh. And we know who's #1. But guess who's #2? Or #5? And #25. We'll run down the poll next.
Go ahead, scream, act a little crazy. Get it off your chest.
Oh, kick, don't. Sit down and shut up.
That's it. Now you're into the hysterical, in-your-ear spirit of Turf Talk.
What is Turf Talk anyway? The 100 greatest sound bites ever.
Turf Talk is the video that won't shut up.
Get your ass in gear.
They're going to tear you up, 85!
Scary. It's the NFL's 100 greatest sound bites of all time. The best bites in the history of the NFL.
Oh, excuse me, buddy. You okay?
Get them all with Turf Talk. Plus, you also get this incredible SI luminescent sports watch.
Oh, did you see that?
Both free with your paid subscription to Sports Illustrated, the magazine that gets you into sports like no one else.
Don't let this Turf Talk fool you. We are highly trained professionals.
I don't care if my pants fall down.
Call this toll-free number now.
Well, thank you, and give my best to Nancy.
And get Turf Talk, the 100 all-time top sound bites.
Think you know.
Watch a fake! Watch a fake!
But you don't know.
Flea Flicker!
And you never will.
Watch everything!
It's free from Sports Illustrated.
You okay? You okay?
Call now, and you'll also get this great-looking SI sports watch. With its genuine leather band, scratch-resistant crystal, and sweep second-hand time, you won't believe it's free. Plus, turn out the lights. It glows. Get it free when you order 54 issues of Sports Illustrated, including the famous swimsuit issue, for only $1.47 an issue. Save over 50% off the cover price. For quicker delivery, use your credit card. Call now.
Hey, Dave! Hey, Billy!
Order for yourself or someone else.
Douglas!
And get Turf Talk.
I love it!
And your great SI watch.
You look good. You feel good.
Both free from Sports Illustrated. There is nothing in the world like Sports Illustrated. Get into it.
The first NFL team to move out of Cleveland is a few weeks shy of the 50th anniversary of that event. The Rams were the newly crowned champions of the league when they booked out of Ohio early in '46. Since then, they've also abandoned L.A. and Anaheim, but as they headed into New Orleans on Sunday with 13 turnovers in the last 4 games, the cry rang out around the league, we'd know these Rams anywhere. Against the Saints team that had beaten them, 14 of 19 is celebrating the 25th anniversary of Tom Dempsey's 63-yard record field goal against Detroit. Well, not a 63-yard field goal, a 55-yard touchdown play. It's Chris Miller to Isaac Bruce again. 135 more yards for Bruce. But the Saints came back, down 7-zip. Mario Bates, another 100-yard day until they neck him. 22 yards there, setting up the rookie Ray Zellers from Notre Dame. Splash. 1-yard TD, 7-7 tie. Rich Brooks thinking college was nice. Doug Bryan from way downtown. Bang. 4 touchdowns. That one from 4 field goals, rather. That one from 42 yards out. The Saints win 19-10. His 4 field goals in this one game were half as many as his predecessor, Chip Lohmiller, had made all season. Just 43,000 at the Superdome. Rams have lost 3 straight, 4 or 5, 2 more fatal turnovers, 15 in 5 games. And the other numbers are just as unimpressive. From 14 takeaways in 4 games, line 3, to 5 in the next 5, and nearly double, line 4, the rushing yardage allowed. The Lions in Atlanta, Wayne Fonts down 3-0, but Scott Mitchell, who has been just spectacular. Alton Montgomery, 71 yards up the sideline, and the Falcons, who usually get into all sorts of trouble in the first quarter, are leading 10-0. Then in the second, play fake, Jeff George, Eric Metcalf, touchdown. 19-0 after a 2-point conversion. Falcons, though, nearly blow it. Here's Ironhead Haywood coming in from a 3-yard touch, 34-7. Your final is 34-22. Wasn't pretty, but they'll take it. Going into this game, the Falcons had been outscored 64-19 in the first quarter. They led in the first quarter 10-zip. Scott Mitchell did keep his streak alive, 5 straight games with at least 2 TD passes, but the Lions are still 0-5 on the road. Dan.
Now that he has disposed of Evander Holyfield again, is Riddick Bowe exploring about with Mike Tyson again? We'll have that story when the big show returns again. Also on the way, on Sunday against the Cardinals, John Elway did what only 6 QBs in NFL history have accomplished. And for the second week in a row, the Seahawks are involved in one of the best finishes of the day. This is SportsCenter.
Gotcha, you're dead. So what happens when we die? I don't know. Let's go instead.
Oh, now, guys, I don't have time. Go ask your mom.
Mom. Can't you boys see I'm busy? Nobody ever has time. Come on.
If you don't answer your children's questions, someone else will. A reminder from Yates Baptist Church.
Here in Durham lies the cable that carried the news a new discovery'd been found that inspired Robin to chase a dream for the sky and learn more about it in school the next day. Across from the courthouse, where a case was just caught by a timely repair, on the same cable watched by Jesse, who discovered Grandpa wasn't so square. At Cablevision, we don't know if a simple cable can make a difference in someone's day, but we're awfully glad to be a part of it.
5B doing aerobics again?
Better 4B's watching the Michigan game.
Get out of here. That's not on TV around here.
Yeah, it is across the street.
Thanks to ABC College Football and ESPN Pay-Per-View, your ticket to the best gridiron action is just a phone call away. Catch blockbuster matchups that you can't see in your local area.
Yes!
Give me those.
No, I'm still looking. Hey, come on. This is really silly.
You're right. You know what we gotta get?
Another pair of binoculars.
Bingo.
With Florida State's loss on Thursday, there is a shakeup as expected in the top 25. Nebraska is still first. Ohio State vaults from 4th to 2nd. Notre Dame still 8th, but can it hold? They operated on quarterback Ron Paulus's left arm Sunday to stabilize the broken bone. He'll be back for fall practice. The rest of the top 25 you can read for your own self.
Back to the pros, where the 1995 Broncos can be described in one word: average. Their longest winning streak is 2. So is their longest losing streak. But they're consistently inconsistent labels made of Velcro when the team is at home. 3 of Denver's 4 wins have taken place at Mile High. That's where the Broncos were on Sunday when the Cardinals and Buddy came calling. Terrell Davis, 6th leading rusher in the AFC. 60 yards by himself on this drive. 6 carries and the touch, 7-0. There's Buddy shaking his head and probably doing more than that on this play because John Elway finds a wide open Anthony Miller. 31-6 Denver in the 3rd quarter. It was still 31-6 4th quarter when we moved to further highlights. Ed McCaffrey on the receiving end, one of 3 Elway TD tosses. He goes over 40,000 yards passing in his career, joining Warren Moon on the same day. 38-6 the final. Elway 16 of 21 for 256 yards and 3 touches. He joins Tarkington, Marino, Fouts, Montana, Unitas, and Moon in the 40,000-yard club. To the Kingdome, Seahawks and Giants. Rick Meyer. The Seahawks already up 7-3 in the first. When Meyer looking for Brian Blades, Brian looking for pay dirt. 44 yards in all, 2nd touch of the game, and a la Bo Jackson, he's gone. But he does come back. 14-3 Seahawks. Brian. Late in the first, Joey Galloway. Hug me, love me. Joey Galloway, not you, Keith, gallops 89 yards for the score. 21-3 Seahawks. And they're not gonna. Final seconds of the game, it's 30-28 Seahawks. Giants can win it. Brad DeLuise, no. Dan Reeves, no. Dennis Erickson, yeah. Well, he says no, but he means yes. Seahawks win it 30-28. Seattle's first win in 5 weeks. Seattle had to play the second half without Chris Warren, who re-injured his left ankle. From the programming department, we bring you this FYI. If you missed anything from Sunday's action, if you need to be better prepared for the Eagles and Cowboys, Prime Monday is your show. Mike Tirico is your host. He's got a lot of friends. He'll preview the game and then go backstage with Nate Newton.
Coming up on Sunday, you couldn't spell San Francisco 49ers without... Mark Schwartz will report from a stunned San Francisco, and also still ahead of us, they couldn't beat the Clippers, so how could the Suns handle the would-be three-peaters from Houston? Hoopage ahoy. And this just in, Bryce pops Justin Paul. Bills and Colts, and the big show continues.
Braves fans, your team has done it.
The team of the 90s has its world championship.
Now, Sports Illustrated lets you capture all the drama and excitement of Atlanta's first World Championship with the official 1995 World Series video. Call now, and you'll also get SI Special Braves commemorative issue. And best of all, both gifts are free with your paid subscription to Sports Illustrated. Your free World Series video lets you relive all the moments that made the 1995 Fall Classic unforgettable. From the masterful pitching of Tom Glavine to the heroics of Dave Justice. And with SI Special Braves commemorative issue, you'll get a collector's edition to savor forever. Call now, use your credit card, get 54 issues of Sports Illustrated for only $1.47 an issue. Save over 50% off the cover price and get your video and special issue free. There's no team like the Atlanta Braves, and there's nothing in the world like Sports Illustrated. Get into it.
To Miami for the Jiffy Lube 300, but not everybody in Miami was thinking about the race. Were they? Hi, my name's Dan. I'm a Taurus. My interests include 6 laps to go. It's a 4-car race led by Kenny Wallace, Hermie Sadler, Dale Jarrett, and Larry Pearson. But there's trouble. Ron Teal, the rookie, gets into the wall. Out comes the caution flag. Out of the caution, a shootout, 2 laps to go. Sadler takes Wallace on the inside. Pearson tries to go with him. A 3-car pile-up with just 1 lap to go. The top 3 take each other out. Dale Jarrett wins under the caution. Jarrett, the Winston Cup regular and part-timer on the Busch Series, has won 3 Grand National races. He's also won 11 in his career. And if you're wondering, and I know you are, Dick Trickle did not race.
Love him or hate him, you have to give the Indianapolis Colts credit. They work hard because they have to. As they hosted the Bills Sunday, 9 of Indy's last 10 games had been decided by a touchdown or less, and 3 of those games have gone to OT. Bills and Colts each 5-3 going in. That would be Jim Kelly. I've seen him before. That's what he looks like. First pass of the game, scoreless the first. It's bombs away for Billy Brooks, and they're not gonna. Well, Dan already said that. Third-string quarterback Paul Justin replaced Jim Harbaugh. He's happy about this for some reason, maybe because Craig Erickson's not playing. He's upset, even though he would later replace Justin. Too many quarterbacks. Johnny Unitas suited up. Colts driving at the Bills 10, but Justin is just out of it. Kurt Schultz, I know nothing, picks it up. Bills lead 16-7 at the break. Late in the fourth, at 16-10, Erickson now as quarterback steps up and makes a wobbler. It's a mighty duck. Elijah Pitts gets the interim Gatorade treatment. Bills 16-10. Release rotation splash. 10 of 11 Indy games now 7 points or less. Marshall Faulk ended with 87 yards rushing, 36 receiving, 1 touchdown. But when the breaks were going against the boys and they were trying to convert deep in Buffalo territory, he couldn't do it. Bills are up to 6-3. At the Meadowlands, the John Hewitt Bowl. Pats and Jets 4-13 between them. That's Glenn Foley. Pats didn't need much for their quarterback, Curtis Martin. Down to the Jet 12.
How about some cash?
This is SportsCenter.
Sprint Sense International gives you great rates to countries all over the world. What more could you want?
How about some cash?
Cash would be good. Yes, some